Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to Kristen's Nuggets of Knowledge and ConnectOMA. Today is a fantastic day here. I have Tony with APD Locksmith. Thank you so much for joining me, Tony.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So a couple of things I want to highlight. One in particular, you can see behind us on the wall, there is an American flag. So Tony, can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, ma'am. So we started our military career in 1992. We started in the Army, went 9 years, and then transferred over into the Air Force. We were blessed to come to Offutt Air Force Base. We've been here since 2003. Retired from the Air Force in 2015, and this was our first and only Air Force base. But we really like the people here in Offutt, in Omaha, and we just really felt at home.
Good. So here we have an owner, retired military. I think it's always great to not only support locally, but also veteran-owned businesses. So thank you so much for your service.
Thank you very much.
So anyway, just want to dive into a little bit. You've told me the story before of how you got into this business, which I think is kind of cool.
Thank you.
Because as people, we never know where we're going to go in life. So take it away.
Thank you. So when we retired from the military, we were waiting for a position to open up. It was going to be about 5 or 6 months after I retired. Okay. And in between time, I had a friend of mine who owned a granite company. So I started working with him, and we were actually out at a job site, and one of the guys left the keys in the vehicle. It wasn't me, but I got blamed for it. What happened was I went inside and charged my phone up, and when I was done, I closed the door, and all of a sudden I heard, I go, oh man, that's not good. So I asked the other guy, I said, hey, where's the keys at? He goes, oh, they're inside the vehicle. I said, oh boy. So I called the boss up and was like, hey, do you got an extra set of keys? He said, nah, don't worry about it. This happens all the time. We'll get inside. I said, okay. So he showed up. It was an old work vehicle, so he took a crowbar and was bending back the door, took the antenna off, was trying to push on the button.
I've done that before.
Yes. What I've come to find out is that 20% of the time that button doesn't work. 80% of the time you got to pull something, lift something, anything with that button. So it didn't work, basically. And so an hour and a half later, he goes, look, tomorrow you come out here with a locksmith. So the next day I came out with a locksmith, and the guy came out. He was in and out in 2 minutes, $165. I was like, wow, $165 in 2 minutes worth of work? Yeah. That's crazy. He goes, man, this is the best job ever. He says, all I do is respond. He says, if I get a job, I go out and I do the job, and I come back home and I play video games. He was a lot younger. Yeah. But he says, if I want to go to the movies, I go to the movies. If I want to go out to eat, I go out to eat. If I get a job, I just go and come right back. He said, the worst thing maybe is you might get a call at 2 or 3 in the morning. He says, but other than that, it's pretty good. And then he goes, we're hiring. So I sat there and I thought about it for a second. I go, this is actually sounding pretty good. So I talked to my boss. I said, I think I'm going to give this a shot. He basically said, you'll be back. I haven't been back since. But nice. Yeah. And so we come to find out that position that I was waiting for, the girl that I actually was working with before, she actually slid her boyfriend inside and took that position. So it actually worked out a lot better for me because if I would have taken that position, I would have never found myself where I'm at right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's an amazing story.
Thank you.
We never know where life is going to take us.
Yes.
So then a little bit about APD. So first off, the name, which I think is fantastic.
Thank you. So a lot of times people think that APD stands for Anthony Porter, and they always go, well, what does the D stand for? But actually, A is Alejandra. That's our oldest daughter. P is Paul. He's actually in the Air Force Academy right now. We're very proud of him. And then the D is Donatello. Right now, he runs the house. He's 8 years old. Yeah.
Baby of the family.
Yes.
Running everything. Excellent. So just to finish up today's little run, tell us just briefly a little bit of the things that you guys do.
Okay. So we do lockouts for both the cars, the houses, and businesses. So sometimes we get a call from the customers and they ask us, I think we need to change our locks. So sometimes I ask them, well, do you need to change it or do you need a rekey? And they go, well, what's the difference? And I always say, well, if the lock is not functioning, then you definitely want to change it out. Or if your spouse just looks at it and goes, I can't take this anymore, it's too ugly, then you might want to change it out. But if it looks okay and it functions, then we can do just a rekey.
Okay.
We also work on some safes. We have a shop where customers come in and we do car keys and house keys here at the shop.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you for your time today, and we'll be back in the next 2 weeks. We're going to be sitting down with Tony, and he's going to tell us a little bit more, dive deeper into how he helps people with different car key problems, as well as then the next day with house key problems. All right, thanks again, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.